I came across a complaint in district judiciary. It was a very, very serious complaint, and the people involved, they are supreme authorities of the district in judiciary. So how can I go about it? And the then Chief Justice just joined and said, Ashim, you have to do it. I said, okay, how to do it? Surprise inspection. I have no idea how to do it. Then I was fortunate enough that two young gentlemen were there in the district. The police superintendent was your commissioner of police, Mr. Vinit Goel, and equally intelligent and very dynamic uh, district magistrate, Mr. Gopalika. And they helped me to uh, do the entire exercise in disguise. I thought Mr. Goel would be here. I shared this incident in his presence. The entire, I was there for 3, 4 days. It came out subsequently, naturally, it's a small district. I'm roaming around, I'm interacting with people, so people would come to know. But initially, there was absolutely no inclination. I distinctly remember the Purulia Express I availed of that reached Purulia station at 11 o'clock in the night, and it was raining. It was raining like anything. And I found I was with my PSO with a bag in his hand for me and an umbrella. So I could find out when I came out, there was nobody in the station except the district magistrate's car waiting for me. And the moment I boarded the car starts back. The driver did not ask, who am I, where to go. This was the thing, it was the way it was done. The second incident is something very serious. You must be aware in 2002, that was the solitary incident our city has faced, the terrorist activities to that extent. It was 2002 American Center shootout. Kolkata Police team, they were guarding the uh, High Commission, and they have chosen, most unfortunate, they have chosen a time. It was a shifting duty. The night shift was just about to leave, and the other shift to join. It's in between they were attacked, and they were totally uh, taken aback. It was an unfortunate situation. The people died. But again, I say it's got the Kolkata Police Scotland here is not a myth; it's a reality. They could find out each one of the elements. It took time, but that time the technology did not help them to the extent that they have that benefit now today. But each one was caught. Now that matter was hard. The sessions trial was done in Kolkata Sessions Court, Calcutta City Sessions Court, and the learned judge. Right, it was a long hearing. Learned judge who was this learned session judge. He heard the matter and kept the judgment reserved, and he delivered it on his last day of just before on the eve of his superannuation, last day. And incidentally or accidentally, I do not know, he died on the 15th day of delivery of the judgment. He retired within 15 days. It was absolutely coincident. Now, since you are a student of law, you must be knowing that if death sentence is pronounced by sessions court, it has to be confirmed by the High Court. Now, all the accused were given death sentence. So, automatically the matter comes as a death reference. It is called as death reference with High Court. And of course, the accused they can also prefer appeal. The appeals were preferred. The reference was there by side. 6 division benches recused. 6 division benches. Then the then Chief Justice Nijjar called me and said, Ashim, why not you take it? I said, I have no problem. But Madam has just now said, I worked as a corporate lawyer for 24 years. Whatever criminal law I have read in my student life. So if you assign it, okay. The day it was assigned, the next day the statesman wrote editorial that Aftab lastly finds a judge to hear his appeal of Kavansan. But that news sparked like anything, and the threat calls started pouring in. Before it could reach me, Kolkata police got it. This is how Kolkata police acts. And I still remember that now she is my member in my commission, health commission. Damayanti Sen was the DCD, Kolkata police. She came and met me and said, "Sir, we have to boost up your security." So I did not agree. I do not take your time. This was on absolutely on personal reasons. But I still feel I was moving around everything. Somebody absolutely shadow security is there with me, but I can't prove it. It was there. How I do not know. This is Kolkata. The third incident, if I do not share, I will be feeling in my head. I was taking up criminal matters. By this time, after this judgment, it was delivered by me. It is reported. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court. I modified the judgment of the Sessions Court. I gave, if I am not wrong, 13 accused were there. 4 I confirmed death reference. Possibly 4 or 5 2 I gave them acquittal. The others I gave sentence under law. As you know, because by that time they already had 9 or 10 years of custody. Now, by that time, the Chief Justice, the judge, happily gave me the entire criminal division bench. I was taking up. One matter came up before me. A self-acclaimed protagonist filed a public interest litigation before the Chief Justice. Then it was assigned to me because the related matters were appearing before me. A young girl was found roaming around Kolkata station. A lady booking clerk at about 5 p.m. when after completing her duty, she was coming out from the station and to go back to her residence. Found that young girl should be around 14 to 15 years. Language bar is there, very difficult to understand. Although she was Hindi speaking, but with the accent, it was very difficult. But what the lady lady took the girl inside the station and informed the police. police came to custody of the guard. Ultimately, it was found out that that guard was trafficked from in a remote place of Madhya Pradesh. And according to her story, she was confident that she was sold, and she unfortunately she was sold, and her mother is involved in the process. I do not know whether it's correct or not. Now she was brought to our red light area of North Calcutta, the famous Durgaton Metro Street, where from she could get rid of the ropes and ultimately somehow reached Kolkata station with the trying to flee, but she does not know where to go. That matter, the police took custody. Then the anticlimax is that lady, one lady came from Madhya Pradesh, claiming to be the mother of the child, filed an application before the court for custody, and the police objected. Police objected to then that protagonist filed a habeas corpus application saying that these are the police for hidden agenda, they are not supporting the pair. The mother has come, natural guardian, everything. So matter ultimately came to. I uh, I adjourned the matter and asked the authorities to bring the child. The child came, and I said, where do you want to go? The reply was, sir, my mother is involved in this. I don't want to go back. For God's sake, kindly do not send me back to Madhya Pradesh. This was the first. The second one, then I said, then where you stay? And that girl was studying, possibly in the 8th class or 9th class. I have taken so much of time to narrate the story. Then now I have come to the main crux of the matter. She said that throughout the world I have only one place which is absolutely secure. I want to stay with Madam. Madam is the lady officer, lady police officer who brought her to court. This is Kolkata Police. Kolkata Police. Then I called the officer in open court. That lady, young lady, she was trying like anything. And I asked that young girl that you are in 9th standard, what do you do? सब अब मैं सब कर लूंगी वो बर्तन धोगी खाना पकाएगी सब करेगी मैडम मैं मुझे मत छोड़ो This is Kolkata Police. And as I said, I am telling in my duty if I do not share. Now coming to the present aspect, I was just discussing with Mr. Dev that IPS officers they have compulsory training at Hyderabad before joining, and there a complete law course is there, and they would have to undergo that. But our the police officials who are working on field, particularly police stations, they must know the nitty-gritties of law. As I was just discussing, the Bible of criminal jurisprudence, particularly the custody part. D.K. Vasu versus State of West Bengal is the Bible. There, the Supreme Court has given the guideline in a case of arrest what the police should do and what the police must not do. Recently, in the matter of ashim, Mehta or something, I do not know. Section 41 of the Criminal Procedure Code has been elaborately discussed. The difficulty the police is facing, we, the judiciary, we are also facing. That's the problem with media trial. And with the advent of this electronic media, these people they have absolutely different field of work. They are only interested in TRP. They are not interested in what is going on in society. They are only interested whether that boy in Jadavpur, what he has done, whether he has bought cigarette at his cost or that cigarette was bought at the cost of the person who is ordering. These they are interested. But the problem is with the judiciary, the judicial officer, if a person is arrested, whoever he or she may be, whatever was the intricacies of the case, whatever may be the gravity of the situation, he is always produced before a magistrate. Young boy or girl, maybe in his 25 or 30, and the day when the accused is produced, just on the eve of it, the media starts roaring as if the man should be hanged just now. I would share you one incident. I would not divulge. It was in 90s in West Bengal, in Sundarban area. There had been a case of rape. It was a gang rape. That was the allegation, and it took a substantial part of the media reporting that time. And those days, the media was not so electronic media. 90s possibly only few channels. Just after Doordarshan, the private players started coming in. Not like now, 150 channels or just on the remote. It was hard. When I was writing ACR in 2004-5, I got hold of a judgment of a judicial officer whose ACR I was with. I could find out a judgment of acquittal of that case, that famous case. And I took interest, I was going. It was not a case of rape. Ultimately, there was the acquittal and acquittal of all the accused, and it was found out it was partly political and partly property dispute. Nowadays, it is open in villages throughout our country, not only in West Bengal, others also, that if there are property dispute, uh, with the help of the black ropes, the 376 is included always. And the media trial would come immediately, and the police would find difficulty. So is the case of judiciary. So the police personnel, I am in the midst of police personnel who are students of law while working in police. I am in the midst of young boys and girls who are would be police tomorrow. So we have to learn from. And we have to learn law, not only for that, we have to learn law when you are performing any duty. Today, divorce law, you uh, can't sustain yourself in this complex society. So, sir, law is not a secret. The only difference is that it is the codified rules. If you go through the procedural law like CPC or CRPC, you would find there is a form to make an application under 125. You have a separate form. If you want to make an application in Order 39 in under Civil Procedure Code, you have to follow another system. But when a judge is writing judgment, it is for the there is no such rule because the applications, claim, petition, written statement, whatever, those are prepared for the judges, and the judgment is prepared for the litigants. So the judgment has no barrier, and uh, very often, we to break the monotony, the judges they do take help of literature, famous literature, quotes in their judgment. But at the end of the day, the law must prevail. I would. Uh, I have taken so much of time. You have so many cultural programs. I will try to be here for some time to watch it because, as I say, I have adjourned my arbitration sittings. Uh, if, as Mr. Dev was telling me, that they have other ideas how to go about it, I have said that even I volunteered that if my help is required, uh, I am always at your service. And last not the least, my request to all of you, the students who are budding lawyers, I would say, that this is the only profession in the world and where you can enjoy your independence. I challenge anyone of you that there is no there is no profession in the world where this much of independence you have. You can throw away papers on the face of the litigant. I would not appear in your matter. I would not do your case, but a doctor can't. So this independence, enjoy the independence, but for that you have to struggle hard. And this is a profession where you have to struggle if required 26 years, 26 hours of 24 hours. I do not know how it is possible, but you have to do it. And there is no escape route. Maybe some people are uh, more intelligent than you, but at the same time, as you know, the famous story of the that snail, that how it goes, the story of the rabbit. So slow but steady wins the race. That's the phrase we have learned from our childhood. If you are less intelligent, you feel less intelligent. If the people who say you are less intelligent, never mind. Be hard. Be harder than the other person who claims that he is more intelligent than you. But at the end of the day, you will be the winner. Thank you, thank you. And a special thanks to you that you have patiently heard me. It's very difficult today. There is no listener in this society. So very difficult to get someone uh, convey my views and thoughts. Thank you. Thank you all.